Hey, true believers, Englentine here, and welcome to part two of mine and Tristan's little discussion slash debate. This time around, she asks me about my opinion that Jonathan Kent has joined a terrorist organization. We talk about that and a few other things around the comic book that written by Tom Taylor. So kick back, relax, and enjoy.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Really bothers me about the book is just the Tom Taylor of it all. He actually admitted he puts himself in there. He's having John Kemp follow his politics. They joined a terrorist group. If
That
it
was one of the questions. How
Yeah,
is it a terrorist group? How?
by the way of their actions, and it's there's a Tom Taylor has this understanding. He's right. I joke about the fact that I'm right 98% of the time. Tom Taylor's politics are absolutely right. There is no other way to go about them. Therefore, their actions
They
justify
are
their means.
correct, is what you mean?
No, but
At
and
first,
but
I thought you meant right-leaning.
oh no, they're correct. Yeah,
Okay, okay. I
Tom
just wanted
Taylor
to
is
make sure.
always correct. Yes, okay. And so no matter what they do, the ends definitely justify the means. And since it's political, that kind of steers it towards the terrorist organization, but it's the right kind of politics. Therefore, we're supposed to accept that it's right.
Okay,
Though
but how is it?
this book, however, it turned me on. I got to admit, I've read. I think I missed the second, maybe third issue, but
Mhm.
it kind of turned me off right away with Superboy telling Superman he hasn't done enough for the world, and
Yeah,
and
that was
then he goes on to assault a border guard
he did
because
not
he doesn't.
assault him.
He heat visioned his gun that was in his hands. He burned his hands. That
But
is assault,
what
sister.
would have the what would have the guy have done in that situation? There was no reason to have these people locked up.
But no, they are coming over illegal. They illegally, they still have to go through the process. They
Right,
still have to be processed. He still has to bring him in. That's his job. He
right.
has to make sure that they're okay, that they're maybe not sick, maybe not diseased. They have to make sure who they are, where they can find them, make sure that they come back to the judge. They have to make sure that if kids are coming in with adults, are those kids supposed to be with those adults, or is it trafficking? That would be a guard's job. But John Kent, being Tom Taylor's write-in, believes, oh, just come on in, find yourself an apartment. There's one over there, have a seat and go. I'm being a little bit reductive there, I think. I don't
Right.
know if Tom Taylor actually thinks that way, but um, it's but to assault the border guard doing his job,
He was putting
that's
him in
wrong.
handcuffs. I don't remember exactly. I know what scene you're talking about, but wasn't it because he had him in handcuffs?
Uh, yeah, it could have been. So I don't know why there was that. And in that case, yeah, but still, it's not Superman's place to do that. Doesn't make it right on the part of the border guard, but Superboy is not an elected official. Superboy is not a deputized member of the law enforcement. He's only something that we give a moral good to because his name's across the title. So, but I had the same problem with a character, by the way, I love that I think has never really been written right except for two books. It's Kamala Khan. Um, and there's a scene, it was back during the election. Kamala Khan bursts into the mayor's office and makes all these demands and everything. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, as the mayor, I'd be like, okay, hold on just a second. Yeah, security. Yeah, we Kamala Khan. Yeah, she came in. You know, it's just sometimes, and maybe this I know as an adult now I'm putting more thought into a comic book than I ever would have
Right.
as a kid. But my thinking is, yeah, you don't get to make that decision. You don't get to force people into this. Especially during a freaking election like that. Um, so yeah, I could see where I might be a little sensitive on those issues, but he literally had no right to do what he did. I'm not saying what the border guard did was right, but it's in this case, it's just two wrongs.
And I would say that he would be a little bit more passionate about that because his dad literally was an alien, and it could
Or
have go ahead.
or now here's where I go with that. His dad was an alien physically. One
Right,
thing I hate is when writers write Superman as the last lost alien son of Krypton. Clark Kent is the character.
right.
Superman's the disguise. Clark Kent was raised in Kansas. Clark Kent is an American human in his mind and his heart and everything. It belongs to planet Earth. It belongs to Kansas, to Middle America. So yes, he is an alien. I think it would have been it would have actually been a better story if you're going to go this direction, that you just make it a generational thing. This is something that's going on. We see it on Twitter all the time. Kids are, and I guess that's the true for kids of all. There's an old saying that says if you're a liberal at the age of like 18, what is it? If you're a conservative at the age of 18, you have no heart. If you're liberal at the age of 40, you have no mind, or something like that. Because and what it's
I've
to
never
show is
heard that.
your priorities shift
Uh-huh.
a bit. Um, and it could just be that. I mean, when you're young, you don't tend to delve into stuff as deeply as you would as an adult. What people hear, you go for. You don't really follow anything but what you're told. And by the way, there's exceptions to every rule. Okay, and usually you're talking to them. I've noticed that as well. But I'm not saying all, and I hate the fact that you have to do that. Oh, I'm not saying all, but I think it would have been just cool to have Superboy be this way, just because it's a generational thing. Because he sees, oh my gosh, yeah, they're not letting everybody in. Don't we have on the Statue of Liberty? It says, send us your, and that would have been a legitimate way of being. Still might not have agreed with it, because I know that you also have to make sure who's coming in, and
Right.
especially if you're taking a lot, will they actually be good for your country? Will they? And this is, by the way, this is not an American thing. They
Right.
actually, when I went to Thailand, they wanted to make sure, if I was staying, can I offer anything to the country of Thailand? Do I have enough money to do I have enough money to that I'm not going to be on the government dole? They checked and they asked all of these questions, so it's not just an American thing.
Right.
I do like that one, Ng, Ben Ng.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
About
I do
John
like that.
being
Yeah,
young and
yeah,
I think we also have to I think
but you
I
also got to
still don't
remember, I'm at an age where, get off my lawn. All right, kid.
right.
Yeah, so there you go.
That still doesn't answer how you're talking about the truth being the
Mhm.
terrorist organization,
Yes,
though.
yes,
But
but
how?
because of their violent actions in the name of politics.
What violent actions?
I would have to go through the books again. I'm sorry, but
No,
I
that's
know
okay.
you've got me on this one. If you want me to concede, I will on this one,
No, no,
because
no,
I just
I don't
don't.
want
Yeah.
you to think I'm
Oh, no, it's okay.
wanting you
It's
to
fine.
concede or anything like that. I'm
Yeah.
just curious. I like picking people's brain.
No, it's fine, but it's that kind of thing. If they were going out and they're giving flyers and they're doing stuff, it's an organization, that's fine. But if you're breaking into places, or if you're doing that kind of thing, then it's a little, now you're kind of crossing the boundaries. And we do see that. I do. That's when I remember. Yes, there was a scene where actually Lois Lane is broken into the same building, and she's like, "Oh, hi, kids, doing your activities." Yeah. Can we actually have a little bit of? I know you blew the whole freaking parent thing by sending your child out to space with a freaking madman at the time. Can you at least
Right.
parent a little bit here, where breaking and entering isn't a good thing? I don't know. Uh, but yeah, that was my take on the Superboy thing.
I guess I get it. I don't see an issue with the
Mhm.
breaking and entering just because I could see not necessarily Superman doing that, but we've seen plenty of different superheroes break in to get information
Well, yeah,
or
Batman. I love
yeah,
Batman. but
Brother Eye alone.
yeah, but Batman does admit that there's a bit of criminality to what he does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I said I
Um,
don't know that I could see Superman necessarily doing it.
and that's why I have a problem when Superboy does it and not so much Batman, or even if Damian were to do it, or even to
Right, Damian would
convince,
totally do it.
yeah, or to convince John Kent to jump in with him. I could see that. But yeah, just the organization thing. I was like, yeah. But here's also something, and I do have to admit to, when you do what I still do to a certain extent, and you do on the other side now, when you start looking for or things to make content out of, sometimes you get a little bit more sensitive towards it,
Oh,
and you start
absolutely.
seeing
That's
it
why I
where it
stopped.
isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I gotta commend you. I didn't agree with everything, but who agrees with everything? I
Right.
do like your um, what was it, right wing SJW video?
SJWs, yeah.
Yeah, I experienced that as far as some of my experiences in OG, CG, and because my thinking is if you have a set of morals, if you have a set of scruples, you got to stick to them no matter which side. If your side is going against them, you got to call it out too. And that got me into some trouble back in the day. And I understand you went through the same thing
Yeah,
when you
absolutely.
realized, wait a second, maybe you don't quite believe the shit you're shoveling, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, so you went through that, and uh you had I'm sure you lost a few subs here and there.
A few thousand. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I wish, in all honesty, I'm losing about 20 subs a day. Um
I'm
because
surprised.
yeah, because I'm not doing what I used to do and going as hard on it. I got mass flagged, and I actually got a hold of somebody on YouTube, and my channel did get shadow banned. But I've got people not knowing that I'm doing videos, but I'm also getting people where, what happened to this channel? This isn't
Oh,
right. You went to,
wow.
so yeah, so it's going down as well. And at this point, I'm thinking, look, if I'm only getting 150 to 400 views tops, can you like just get rid of all the people that aren't watching? So, because one of the disheartening things is having 18,000 subs
Is losing.
and 350 views. It's like, oh, it breaks my heart.
I totally understand it. I'm at the well, when I make Johnny Depp content, I can guarantee it's gonna do well. But
Mhm.
like my video yesterday, 200 views. I've got 20,000 subs. I know I've
Yeah.
lost. There's people out there that don't like any
Well,
change that I've sort of made on my channel, and they're still subscribed. I get that, but like at this point, it's like, just tell me give me a better accurate number, so I
yeah.
don't feel like every single day when I open up my YouTube studio and I see a loss, a loss, a loss. Like, come on, just do it all at once. You don't
Yeah.
have to drag it out.
The and it's something, because by the way, I do watch these YouTube tutorial video the
And you
videos
do?
sometimes. And you did right, because during the time that you really exploded, they said find a topic and do like 10 videos in a row on that subject. And I gotta admit, I did not watch Tristan during that, because I it was all like Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp, Johnny
Yes.
Depp, Johnny Depp. Even Johnny Depp doesn't want to hear that much about Johnny Depp. And but the thing is, that's what you're supposed to do. I don't think I could do that. I mean, I actually thought about doing that with the Oscar slap. How far can I ride this pony? You know?
Oh, you can write.
Um,
You got apologies. What did Jada say? What did Chris? What are
yeah,
people,
this is
comics
how
bros
Jada.
saying?
But I just and but the thing is with me also is because me and Gail did go through some trouble, and it's a very personal thing. I feel for both of them. In all honesty, I know that freaking Mira is painted as the villain in a lot of this, but I feel for both of them, especially Johnny Depp, from what I'm hearing.
Right.
But it's a horrible, horrible thing, and to have to go through a public. Wow.
Yeah, and it's such a huge trial that it's everybody knows what's going on and everybody's in everyone's business. It's like, come on, yeah, like just give the guy give them both a break for a week. I can't imagine that wouldn't be the best thing they need right now.
Oh, and by the way, I do have to point out Robert Willing. We're showing our sub privilege here. I think to take a term I really hate, but he's pointing out how if he has 1,300 and he's only getting like 20 or 30, there are things to do. I joke around. I actually got a question a while back. This is a long time back about okay, so how can I be successful on YouTube? My first answer is be an attractive woman. It doesn't matter what field you're in. You've got a leg up on it. If you can't do that, apparently start a YouTube tutorial video channel, because those get all the views.
Do a how to read comics if you really like comics.
How to read. I noticed that people don't give a about comics, including comic book readers
and channels. They like the drama.
Yeah,
they
the
love
drama
the culture
sells.
war of it. But
the drama sells.
I reviewed World's Finest. I'm like, this book is so good, I gotta review it right now. And it's like, oh, but nobody cares. Well, okay, that's all right. It's what I'm talking about that I like. So yeah, every once in a while, those videos for me, I love.
Well, one thing that I haven't taken advantage of, and God bless, I see him in the chat here, Vankman. He's under the name of Froggy this time around, but he's like, man, you should try this and you should try this. So he's always like kind of pushing me to do things. And one thing I'm not taking advantage of are the shorts. And I was thinking, why not just do a minute-long review of all these and see if it works? You know, I can't hurt my channel anymore, right? So
right.
Yeah, give it a shot. But yeah, might as well.
Oh yeah, I used to do the comic book shorts and I just got too lazy to do it.
That is a problem. If you're a channel with 18,000 subs and you're only getting a couple hundred views, or I actually did a video top 50 Avengers covers. Now what this was we do a vote, and then the next week I do the video to show the winners. Mm-hmm. The Avengers cover, it got 75 views. It's like, crap. I spent like 4 days reading and reviewing every chapter, like a chapter of the Sandman saga from the 1990s. Oh yeah,
I watched yours.
Thank you. You and that other guy watched it. I loved it.
I love Sandman though. It's one of my top 3 for me always.
So there you go, gang. That is part 2 of mine and Tristan's conversation / debate. What did you think? Who do you think made the better points? Let me know in the comments below. Or are you just enjoying the fact that 2 people who disagree on a few things can actually have a civil conversation? Isn't that something strange to see on the internet? Anyway, let us know in the comments below. Comment. It helps the algorithm. Also, don't forget to click like, share, subscribe. You know that helps the channel as well and costs you nothing. And if you don't mind helping out the channel, there's a Ko-Fi link, which does cost about $1. But hey, you know, it's a little tip. It's like a tip jar. Anyway, thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. And don't forget to click on either part 1 or part 3, whichever video you're seeing right here.